to go to work. Congratulations on your new podcast. Now open up a can of whoop ass and blast, blast, blast. This is Angelo. And I hope you like this show. Wow. Yeah.
Ooh, Carmen, welcome back to another episode of Sweet to Gravy.
Oh, hey.
Hey.
I feel like at some point, we probably got to change our theme song music, right? At some point, don't we have to? I don't know.
Why?
It ain't a new podcast no more.
But it's we've been through this before. It's a new episode.
I guess.
So each one is a new podcast. Congratulations on your new podcast.
I know, but we gotta upgrade. We gotta get funky.
Angelo Moore is a funk man.
I know. He ain't funky enough. Maybe we gotta hit him up.
That's the best you're gonna get, Carmen.
We gotta hit him up for a new cameo.
I don't know. So when I got in on the early days of Cameo. Mm-hmm. Before they started to really like knuckle down on certain things, mm-hmm. So I feel like I took advantage a little bit because
took advantage. You got in when the deal was good,
right?
Yeah, I mean that's just how it works, I guess.
So that's an investment that has paid off. I feel
a little bit,
and wouldn't get the same return if we did it again.
It's possible we would get the same. It's a possibility we would get the same return, but with more money. It depends on the person. You don't think so? No, he just more so. He just like just shout out some stuff. There you go.
Yeah, there it is.
$100. Thanks.
Yeah, but it wasn't even that much.
No, at the time. Now I think that cameos went up a little bit.
Of course.
Yeah. So, well, that's interesting.
Mm-hmm.
Supply and demand.
Supply and demand.
Mm-hmm.
Speaking of supply and demand, the Warner Discovery,
mm-hmm.
the owners of the HBO Max subscription service.
Yeah.
So supposedly they're gonna take off the show Westworld off of HBO Max.
You say supposedly. That's a lot. I say supposedly.
Yeah, I know you do. But there's no B.
I know. It's okay. You break the rules sometimes.
What's the note on the refrigerator say?
I don't know. Which one?
You need stracciatella.
Oh, I couldn't spell stracciatella, so I just did it to where I get it.
Well, what's it say after that?
I don't remember.
Or order it
offline.
Yeah, or order it offline.
It's supposed to be order it online.
Yeah, you order.
Oh my God,
online.
You get so deep into everything. I'm not even thinking that much into it.
You don't order it offline.
I know
that would be like buying it. I guess.
Well, I'm ordering it off the online. Off
online. Yeah.
Yeah. That's too much.
No, you just say I'll order it online. There is no off.
I guess. I mean, you 100% correct. I just feel like at home I don't need to spell decent.
Yeah,
I don't need to write.
That's not spelling.
I'm writing notes to myself. What do I need to be correct for? I don't need to be correct. I don't need to spell correct. I know what I'm saying.
Okay.
That's funny. You looked at the refrigerator and you was like, you read my notes, and then you was like, she didn't say that correctly. Oh my God, so judgy.
Super judge. I'm like, why did she just say that offline?
But I put it on the refrigerator so that I see it every day. I need to see it. And sometimes I'll write all these notes, and I'll have a note in like the diary that you got me. I have a note in this bag, a note here, and then sometimes I'm like, damn, where's that note that I wrote?
You write notes to be organized, but you're not organized with your
the notes.
Yeah.
Right. So I got notes everywhere, and I'm like, damn, where's that note that I wrote? And I don't know what I wanted to do. Or I'll get to the grocery store and I don't have my list, and then I'm just completely screwed.
Right.
So I was like, okay, refrigerator time.
Yeah.
We got a couple magnets, so I got crazy. I put all my notes on the refrigerator.
Order it offline. Anyway, HBO Max, they had 4 seasons of the show Westworld. Mm-hmm. Kind of like the movies where there's these like robots in a Western amusement park.
I know what it's about, but I'm not a big fan of it.
Well, the 4th season just ended, and then they canceled it. They're not gonna finish the story. I believe it ends on like a cliffhanger. So the main story is not.
That's upsetting.
And now they're gonna take it off of HBO Max, so you can't even watch it anymore.
What's the reaction about that from fans?
People don't like it.
Of course not. That's why some stuff, when we're getting into it, and we'll go like on you'll get stuff from HBO or whether it's Netflix or whatever. If it's a show, I'm like, how many episodes? Like, I want to know that in the beginning because I don't want to get into something and then it just goes away.
Right. Like the OA. You remember that show? Mm-hmm. Where that girl's in the basement with those other people and they like do like the yoga poses. Remember? You remember?
No, I don't think so.
The doctor is like keeping him in the basement.
Oh yeah, okay.
And then there's a second season, but then the show got canceled after the second season, and then we didn't watch the second season.
Yeah.
And apparently that one ends on a cliffhanger too. So it's like, why would I watch it? Be done with it.
That's what happened with the Red Band Society that I was watching. The Red Band Society is about these kids that are terminally ill in a hospital. They got like these illnesses, but it's like a group of kids who like, they're just young kids having a good time, but they're like, I don't know, it's a good show. It was super good. And the reason I liked it is because one of the kids on there is a rapper. Mm-hmm. And it was like, oh, he got a little TV show. He got his first little acting gig. And he did a good job.
Right.
And then it just...
That's it.
Nobody else watched it but me.
Yeah.
And then it just got turned off.
Yeah, it's a bummer.
It was so good, though. I was like, I don't know. I think me and my sister, my mom, we like those little cheesy shows. Mm-hmm. The little family shows or cheesy shows we kind of like to get into.
Yeah.
So, it probably wasn't that good, but I thought it was awesome.
Yeah. Whenever we first started hanging out, you would watch like shows that are on like YouTube that were just like made with their phones and stuff. Mm-hmm.
Oh yeah, I love those shows too.
You're like, oh, it's so good, and then I look at it and we're like,
because you're looking at the quality of the show. I'm looking at the storyline. The storyline is good. Like what the person who came up with that show, the way that they do certain things, I'm like, I like this story. It's a lot of shows like that. One of them is what is it? It's like Money and Greed is like one of them. But the reason I like those shows is because when I was in middle school, the Zane books were out and were super popular. And Zane is a writer. I'm not sure if that's the name of the author of the book. Whatever. The Zane books are written and they're like little ghetto hood stories, I guess. Mm-hmm. It's a bunch of sex and drugs and like these women doing all these things and the situations they in, and they're telling their stories. And like the girls used to think it was the best thing ever. Mm-hmm. So these books got passed around like, oh, you're done with the book, can I have it after you? And then like
Goosebumps. Yeah,
similar. But it was like, oh, we in the big kid stuff now because they're talking about sex and they're talking about all this. Like these were books that our parents would have not let us have. Mm-hmm. So when somebody else who had probably a parent that wasn't paying attention as much got a book, we were like, oh yeah, we had to pass it around. Right. So those shows are kind of like reminiscent of that kind of. That make any sense?
No.
Okay. Well, you got to get into it. You don't give it a chance. You just look at the quality.
How is that book related to a show that's poorly made?
I'm saying it's similar storylines. They're telling a story of somebody and what they're going through. You're looking. Kirk want HD everything. Everything got to be HD. It got to be perfect quality and like all that stuff. No,
that's not true.
Yeah, I showed you like videos of a concert from like 2007. He was like, oh my god, the screen keeps moving, it's not horrible quality.
Yeah,
but the performance is amazing.
No, but it's fuzzy, you can't really see it.
But the performance, I can see it. You can see it.
And then you want us to watch the roast of Donald Trump.
Oh yeah.
And then I'm quietly sitting,
and I know that he's like shaking in his.
I'm like, I can't deal with it. I don't want to see this. We've already seen it. I don't like the roast to begin with, but then you want to watch it again, and then they cut out the part that you wanted to see the most, and then like that's the worst for me because it's like I had to endure this thing, and then you didn't even get the payoff you were looking for. Then we shut it off. Double waste of time.
Yeah,
it's the worst.
I know. That's why we can't watch the same things because you too bougie with your watching.
I'm really not though.
But at the same time, you like to watch black and white shit and all that stuff.
I like American independent movies.
Yeah.
So
the quality ain't the best.
I know. That's what I'm telling you.
All right. So what's wrong with the quality? I'm looking at.
At least it's clear. You can see a face, and it's not just a blob.
Yeah. I think I listen more than watch, so it's not a big deal to me.
Right.
Like if I'm watching a roast, it's more jokes.
Yeah,
it's just listening. Yeah.
Well, can you listen to the same jokes?
I think so.
Yeah.
How many jokes of Norm Macdonald's have we watched over and over?
Oh, those shorts, they're only like
those. I know, but like I could watch a whole set with Norm Macdonald over and over and over.
Yeah,
he was really just funny. He was too funny. Oh my God, we lost Norm Macdonald. That sucks so bad. I need more content from him.
I really liked listening to his audiobook. It was really cool.
Yeah.
Because it starts off where he's like growing up, and then it goes into kind of his start at Saturday Night Live. But then it gets into like this weird like he talks to like God, you know, and he was supposed to be like a prophet. And then like he was high on drugs and he couldn't remember what he said. And so then he went to the next guy, you know, and he like helps this kid with cancer to kill a seal. That was his make a wish. He wanted to kill a seal. So they go on this. He and Adam they go on this fishing trip with this sailor man to go kill some seals. That's amazing. It's so funny. It's so stupid. Like
Yeah, I remember like Norm Macdonald was a good one, a comedian that I like. I liked him from I can't remember the show where he's the butler and what is it called? That show? Screwed. That's when I really knew who he was, and I was like, oh man, this guy is interesting. Because we watched that movie a million times, so like that's when I really got into him. But I don't know. I have certain comedians that I gravitate towards, and you really like Norm Macdonald, so then it got me into it even more. But I'll tell you this much: we didn't talk about this, but we didn't talk about this on the last podcast. But Brendan Schaub is a comedian that everybody hates because he's an MMA guy who kind of just snuck his way into the door because he knew Joe Rogan, and typically everybody kind of bully him online because they think that like you're not funny, you shouldn't be in this comedian world, but he makes money off of it. He got like merchandise and all that stuff, but he kind of like he really gets bullied on social media. But I actually saw a clip of him that was funny, and I was surprised that I laughed so hard. I watched the clip like 4 times. I'm like, well, he got one good one in.
Yeah.
And it was a clip of him and Chris D'Elia. If anybody listening who don't know Chris D'Elia, he's a rich kid comedian who be liking those young girls. he got in trouble for he didn't really do anything, but he kind of sent some messages that
he sent some creepy stuff out.
Some creepy,
underage women.
That's the thing. Even if you don't do nothing, if your message is creepy, the police still be like, "You up to something? Like this ain't right."
Yeah.
So he kind of got like canceled a little bit for that, and I feel like you've said that before. You was like, I think you said Chris D'Elia is a nice looking man, or people or girls think he's a nice looking man, something like that. And I'm like, no, he's not. I don't think he's nice looking.
I think he's put together okay.
Yeah, but I think the overall like the general consensus,
he's a better than average looking person.
I don't think that. No. I think that he is absolutely under average. And that's the reason why I'm confused about like what people's perception of him is. And then on the video he's talking about his hair and how if he doesn't wash his hair, if he just blow dried it, it would be like Nicolas Cage and whatever. What's the movie he was in?
Nicolas Cage is in a lot of movies.
I know, the one with the big
he has long hair?
Yeah.
Con Air.
So he's talking about his hair looking like that, and then Brendan Schaub says, if he was like, without the funny, you're a 4. What? And he didn't know how to react to it? Somebody call you a 4?
Yeah.
Oh, God. He's like, I think I'm so cute, but he just called me a 4.
Right.
And Brendan Schaub looks better than him, so it's kind of like a jab. I don't know.
Yeah, those guys are funny. There's a episode of what's the one, The Fighter and the Kid.
Yeah.
That Brendan Schaub and Brian Callen do together, but Brendan Schaub's not there, and it's Brian and Crystalia, and then Will Sasso shows up. You know who Will Sasso is?
I know who Will Sasso is.
And then he shows up. Oh, it's hilarious.
Yeah.
It's one of the best. I sometimes I'll just click it on and
Just listen to it?
Yeah, it's funny.
Yeah. Some stuff is super funny.
Way better than a Donald Trump roast.
I guess. But I like I love comedy, so I like the jokes and stuff. But speaking of that, Kirk wants to watch Miracle Across
134th Street.
130
Miracles across.
Miracles across 134th Street.
Yeah.
Oh my God. So last year I had Kirk get this movie for Christmas time. It's a Nick Cannon production, and he has like all the little young comedians. He got Bobby J, who used to be a kid star, and DC Young Fly. He's on Wild 'N Out. Like all these young comedians, and I'm like, it's Nick Cannon, and it's a bunch of little comedians. Lunel is on there, like all these people, and I was
Church
like,
lady.
yeah. So I'm like, okay, let's watch it. And then
you didn't say let's watch. Okay, let's watch it. You said I really want to see that, and you were looking on your phone. You were trying to find it.
I
like,
couldn't get it
all day long. You're like, I just want to see this Nick Cannon.
Oh, it
movie.
makes me so angry when people don't allow you to pirate their material.
Yeah. Oh man, I
Jesus
can't believe they
Christ.
don't let me steal it.
Yeah, so mean.
So I went on the Amazons and then I bought it because you couldn't rent it; you had to buy it.
Right.
Yeah.
Man, he didn't leave no wiggle room. He was just like, you gonna pay for this.
Yeah.
You gonna pay for this miracle
You want
across
to see
134th Street.
You see that little tile with my smiling face?
Yeah.
$16.
So then Kirk buys this movie, which I really appreciate. That was a super nice gesture. And we start watching the movie, and I just couldn't. I
think about 20 minutes in.
like, oh no, this is the mistake.
Because it starts off really funny. He's like he's playing like a
Two characters, right?
no, he's like a
Reformed
gangster rapper. Yeah.
Oh my God, it's so bad.
And he comes back home, and he comes from like a church family. And I'm like, oh, you're back. And then the first 5 minutes is really pretty funny. But then you hit that 19 and you see what the movie's about to be. And you're like,
oh no, sorry. I was like it literally was a few minutes in. I was like, oh my God, Kirk, you didn't waste your money buying this damn movie. And then now Kirk is what you say. You were like every single year we're gonna watch this movie.
It.
This is a new tradition since you made me buy this.
The Alwardt Johnson tradition.
And this year you're saying we should watch it again?
Yeah.
No, I can't.
Maybe tonight.
I don't think so.
Why not?
It's just it's one of those things that you don't need to see a second time.
But you can. It can be like.
I mean, if you want to watch it, I'll watch it. But
yeah,
it's the same thing as the Shrek play. You just want to watch it to
Shrek the musical.
Shrek the musical. You just want to watch it because you know I don't like it. This is how you mess with me.
On Netflix, you can search Shrek the musical, and it's like a stage play of Shrek.
Oh my God,
it's amazing.
It's the worst thing ever.
Yeah.
And Kirk watched part 1 and 2. How many hours did it Shrek musical?
I just flip it on when you're in the room.
Yeah, right. I saw you watching that whole thing. You watched the whole thing.
I didn't though. I really didn't.
You watched way too much of it. So you're telling me I'm leaving out the room?
Yeah, and then I'll turn it on.
Boy, why you do that?
Because it's funny.
That's super silly.
Because you'll stick around for a little bit of Shrek the musical, but if I turn on Hamilton, you're immediately out the door.
Oh yeah.
If I want some alone time, Hamilton's coming on.
Oh my God, I can't do Hamilton. You already know why I can't do Hamilton. The Girl on the Island screwed that up for me.
Yeah.
So I can't do Hamilton. And it's just weird. It's like, what are they? I don't even know what they're talking about. I don't even want to know.
The creation of America.
I fucking hate every second of Hamilton. It needs to be banned across the board. No Hamilton anywhere. But people are real serious about it. They be selling out crowds all over the world. You had a lot of nerds in this country.
Yeah,
who
they
like
still
that
tour.
Silly stuff. Yeah.
Yeah, they are on Broadway forever, and they still tour.
You know what? I wouldn't mind going to see a nice Broadway play
In New York?
somewhere.
Well,
Just
that's where Broadway is.
a nice play in general. It don't have to be a Broadway play.
Uh-huh.
Just be a nice little play. It don't have to be It can't be no Shrek the Musical.
Why not?
I don't want to do that.
That's the ones you see. You could see like a Wicked, about the Wicked Witch of the West.
Yeah.
Yeah, you could see that.
I wouldn't mind doing something like, I don't know, it's not necessarily my thing, but like I feel like we should try a play at some point, or maybe go to those people that go to the opera. What they going there for?
You see the fat lady sing.
Oh my, we should probably check that out too.
Why?
Get opera tickets because we haven't been. It's something we haven't done before.
Opera.
Yeah.
I don't want to.
It's something we haven't done before. We should get out of the box and like try some new stuff. Go to the opera. We go see a new play. It's Christmas time. This is the time to try things like that.
There is a by where you got your eyebrows done. There's a playhouse right there. We can go.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, maybe I'll check it out. Let's see if we can.
It's directly right across. Whenever you had me waiting outside for half an hour,
I invited you
I
into
was
the eyebrow
looking at-
place, and you stood outside like a crazy person.
So right across the street from there is a playhouse, and they got all kinds of plays.
And by the way, after I left the eyebrow place, I look around. Kirk's nowhere to be found. He's at the record store. He done already left me and went across to the store.
I was there for half an hour. It's time to go.
It's super funny.
I paid for an hour of parking. We walked up the street. We walked down the street. You got your eyebrows done, and then the parking was over. So I had to go to the record store when I did.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I get it. We just pay for another hour of parking.
Nah,
Or you don't have to, actually. If I was in that
Actually-
situation, I wouldn't pay for. So me and Kirk are super different in this way. Kirk do things by the book. He follows the rules, and I like him for that. I appreciate that. But like, I think sometimes we get a little into it because I do things differently.
because you want to steal.
How is it stealing?
You're stealing parking. That's literally what
Kirk,
you're doing.
Now you're stealing parking?
Yes.
Okay, so
Somebody-
so if you don't got a handicap sticker and you park at handicap, what is that?
You're
You're stealing the handicap?
You're stealing the
Who is
convenience.
Oh my god.
The convenience of
you
a
can't
handicap.
just call everything stealing.
That's stealing.
That's not stealing.
It is though.
Okay, well, I'm going to let you know. Typically, if it's a handicap spot, I'm going to park there. And I'm going to just try to get out. I'm going to hope for the best.
Yeah.
And if the parking runs out in an hour, I'm probably going to still park there.
Right.
Because ain't no way the tow truck going to be there in the hour. Like, what's the odds?
So why did you have to pay the city of Detroit money?
That was from traffic tickets.
Uh-huh.
That wasn't from parking.
Right.
If I had to pay parking, that's a whole nother, that's a whole nother. My parking tickets were good because working downtown, they'll boot your car. So I had to make sure I didn't like have parking tickets. So that I kept on top of that because I didn't want them to put a boot on my car and then my license suspended and I don't get it back.
Okay.
But that was traffic violations. Parking in a handicap spot or parking in a spot for too long, like, it's that big of a deal.
Yeah. Just be honest.
Oh my God, Kirk.
Don't steal.
Oh my God, you call me a thief. And I pirate shows. You think I steal?
That's stealing too.
Oh my God. I think everybody steals then.
I don't know.
Everybody except for you.
Yeah. I got my
Yeah, now you're a
stuff for
reformed
free.
thief and you want to judge everyone.
I'm a little Nick Cannon. I used to be gangster Carmen.
That's super funny. So last night you came home and you made an amazing dinner. And I really appreciated it. You made enchiladas and Spanish rice and corn and all that stuff. No, they're my favorite things. And those enchiladas were so spicy.
And a little spicy.
Yeah, you using those? You can't be like using serrano peppers just willy nilly. You gotta like them peppers are hot.
They kind of spicy.
They
aren't
extra spicy. Like my whole lips and everything was burning. It's like Jesus. You're gonna pay for that today.
No, I am.
Oh,
right now I'm
you're
feeling
paying
kind of queasy. Yeah.
Yeah, you like spicy stuff. There's nothing wrong with that. The serrano peppers, I guess, if you have to. So when I did the cornbread, because you baking it, I think maybe I don't know.
I baked those too, though.
I know, but I feel like you used more than you said.
I just used one, but I only used the skins.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Well, I used
And I like real finely cut them off.
It was,
So it's a lot of surface area.
it was spicy.
Yeah.
My mouth was burning. but it tastes really good. Like I like the cheese to me, like all that stuff. But them serrano peppers, I feel like if you like cut one pepper in half and then cut that in half, that's the right amount to use for anything.
A quarter
Of a pepper is the right amount to use for anything. But that's pretty much it. Like other than that, like it's too spicy.
Yeah, but like 20 come in the bag.
I know.
So
that's why you gotta get individual peppers and stop getting the bags.
That's 80 meals.
I know, but you have to start getting like individual peppers. Or just go get like one serrano pepper. That'll last you forever.
Yeah, I don't know.
Yeah.
Seems like a waste.
Yeah, it kind of is. But so what are you going to do with the rest of them?
I don't know.
Just put them in things?
Yeah. I'll just surprise you. Damn. You know what I like to do? I like to, like if I'm making like a steak or something, I'll typically cook peppers, onions, and mushrooms too. I like to throw some serranos in there because it surprises you.
Yeah.
Because you don't know if it's the green bell pepper. Because I only use the green. Right? I don't like those red.
Well, if you're going to do serrano peppers, why don't you use red bell peppers?
No, because of the surprise. I like the surprise. You're like, whoa. I like it.
That's funny.
Yeah.
Yeah. I ate a couple bags of hot Cheetos the other night. And I had
say that sentence again.
I ate a couple bags of hot Cheetos the other night.
One bag. That's crazy.
I had half a bag and then I ate another bag. I like the hot Cheetos.
I wish I had the Flamin' Hot Cheeto girl on here.
I just love hot Cheetos.
I love them so much. When I eat Flamin' Hot Cheetos, I just go crazy.
It's this little girl on a video on YouTube.
It's just a soundbite.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And she talks about how much she loves hot Cheetos.
Yeah.
Yeah.
She's like, she starts off like a normal girl. She's like, I love Flamin' Hot Cheetos. And she's like, when I eat Flamin' Hot Cheetos, I just go crazy. I love them so much.
It's so funny because we were kids. Like I remember all the kids walked around with red lips and red fingers. Red fingers
all over the books.
Yeah. Oh my God, that was the worst. Used to be hot Cheeto dust all over the pages on the desk. Like teachers used to be like, "No eating in class," because people got hot Cheeto dust everywhere. It was so bad. And then my mom was like, "No more hot Cheetos for you guys," because the treats got like an ulcer from eating too much hot stuff. Right. But she ate hot Cheetos, like. And then if you get the vintners, have you ever had vintners? If you get vintners hot Cheeto, oh, that's a whole nother type of hot Cheeto. That's extra, extra, extra spicy. We used to get those. Get all that sauce on them. It was like, oh my God, I need to go back to Detroit and just stock up on Faygo, hot Cheetos, vintners, all those.
You can
things.
get Faygo here.
Can we?
Yeah.
I ain't seen no Faygos.
You can get Faygo. Trust
all right.
me. Yeah.
Well, I need to go stock up on the peach pop and all the black cherry and all the Faygo pops. Maybe I'll hook you up with the.
I don't need no Faygos.
No Faygos.
I'm not a fan of the Faygo.
Yeah, we don't. We don't.
They
drink
sell it in 24-ounce bottles. Hey, that don't make no sense.
Yeah, it's pretty good though.
Is it?
It's a bunch of good flavors.
Is it?
I mean, you like right now in the refrigerator we got a Crush. You have a Crush.
And an Orange Crush.
Orange Crush, and you haven't drank it, and it's been in there for days and days. And we're just not soda.
Over a week.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't drink soda. I feel like I drank enough soda when I was young.
Yeah.
That I don't need any more in my life.
Yeah.
I feel like we went out to dinner the other day, and I ordered a Coke or something.
Yeah.
And that was like the last soda that I had.
Yeah.
I can't remember where, but I feel like I had a Coke.
I don't remember you having a Coke. But maybe. I don't know.
Maybe
we don't drink soda. We're not soda people. We don't drink soda a lot.
Go to Taco Bell, I'll get a Baja Blast.
Yeah.
But that's like, you kind of have to, because that's the only place you can get them.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The Baja Blast is not
that's
bad.
Amazing.
I just feel like, okay, so you get the Baja Blast at Taco Bell, and then you almost finish it before you even get home and eat your food. So, like, what's the point?
Because it's so good.
It is good.
You just got... you gotta suck it
it's
right
like, what's
up.
in that Baja Blast? Mostly air. It tastes like bubbles.
Yeah.
It's a bubbly drink. But, yeah, I don't know. I like Baja Blast, I guess. It's not too bad. And what's the new thing that's coming out at Taco Bell right now? It's like a new item that's supposed to be coming out.
I don't know.
I don't know. I know I saw the.
I know that on their Instagrams that you voted for a new thing and they're bringing back the Anchorito for like a limited time, but I haven't seen any word of it yet.
Yeah, it takes a while to reach all the Taco Bells, to get all around. But I'll tell you this much: what I don't want out is those Pizza Roll White Castle bites. That needs to not.
Also
happen.
on the Instagrams, I saw a White Castle. They had a thing where they had like pizza rolls, but it was White Castle, so it was like hamburger
God,
and onion.
So
That's
gross.
it, right? Well,
Yeah.
that's the only thing that would be in there.
And cheese, right? Maybe they put pickles in there. Like, what are you gonna dip them in? So that you would think they put everything in the middle of them. Because what would you dip a like White Castle
Pizza roll?
pizza roll?
I don't know. I don't dip pizza rolls in anything.
Yeah, but you can't just eat no White Castle pizza roll with no sauce.
I don't know.
You want to get them, don't you?
No. That sounds disgusting. I'm all about the White Castle or the idea of a White Castle. But White Castle pizza roll? I don't know about that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, I get that.
That's like
It's a little too.
that's too fat for me.
Yeah.
You know?
It's like that's where you draw the line.
Yeah, that's a bit much.
So it's Christmas time is approaching, and there's a lot of stuff going on. So I recently go to GameStop, and I'm at GameStop, and I'm looking around, and GameStops are always super small stores.
Yeah, little
But they got
small
so many things packed in this small little store, and I'm looking at the Nintendo Switch is popping. Apparently, it's Nintendo Switch shit everywhere, all over the store.
It's the cheapest thing, and kids like it because they have the kid friendly games, so it's good for like little kids.
Yeah. So you see, that was like the biggest thing at GameStop, and I'm just looking around. So I wait my turn in line, and you know it's a line because everybody trying to buy gifts right now. And I asked the guy, I'm like, "You guys got the Oculus here?" He was like, "Yeah." It's like
The VR Oculus.
Yeah, the virtual reality game.
Yeah.
And I said, "Okay, how much?" And he say, "Oh, for the one that came out a year ago or 2 years ago, that one's like 4 something, but then the newer one is 5 something." And I was like, "Oh, that's too much." And then he said, "Well, if you got a PS4 or something like that, you can trade it in and put it towards that. People do it all the time."
Right.
And I was like, that's a lot of fucking money for a video game.
Yeah.
I just can't, like...
And then
It's like, how many things in the store can I buy for that video game? For that one, that's one item.
Yeah,
and I
one
can
thing.
get 10 items for the same amount.
Right.
That's what is messing my head up.
You don't like the one thing costs
that much.
$500,
Right.
when you could get
Multiple things for $500.
right,
Things that you can probably use better.
right, and it's just a gateway to spend more money though. Also,
Well, I'm not thinking about that. That I'm one and done. Once you get the game, I'm not.
yeah, but then you need something to play with it.
Yeah, but you got to deal with that. You don't get the extras.
No.
When you get a $500 game, you don't get the accessories with it. You pay for
you
that.
need to get one.
Maybe if you're a small child, you a grown ass man. You get your own accessories.
So you're gonna give me a gift and then be like, okay,
It comes with a starter game.
yeah,
You get the
probably-
starter game.
You're probably right. Yeah,
And then I don't like buying video games for you anymore because you said it's easier to just get it on a console.
yeah.
So it's no point in like,
Yeah, all the games you buy, if you buy a physical copy, you just have to download the stuff off of the site anyway.
right.
And
So you
then-
might as well just do it online.
So you might as well get it online. And then if you buy a physical copy of a game, you've got to put the disc inside of the thing to play the game, because that way it knows that you're licensed to play it.
Right.
You know, and if you play just by digital, you just click on the thing.
Yeah,
just
so
say, "I
that's
wanna
why
play this game now."
that's kind of part of why I haven't bought any more video games for you, because I feel like it's kind of an inconvenience.
Yeah.
But yeah, I don't know, man. I went into that store and they say $400 or $500, and I'm like, Kirk wants a bigger TV. Wouldn't that be a better gift than buying a Oculus or buying a virtual? But I think the virtual reality game would be cool. But
Yeah.
I feel like the TV is, how much you think a 60-inch TV go for right now?
It depends on what you get.
You getting a cheap one.
And well, then you don't need to get a 60. We're fine with what we have. We're perfectly fine with what we have.
I get you a 60-inch chunky TV.
No. We'll be just fine with what we have.
I know. I've just been. It's Christmas time, so you're always looking around and checking out all these different things.
Yeah.
So I kind of been into a bunch of different spaces, looking at gifts and looking at different stuff.
Yeah. I don't. GameStop used to be like a cool thing. You just walk in and then you go in there. But I was looking for Cyberpunk 2077 to play. It's a game. And I was looking for, I was like, do you have it? I go into the GameStop and the man, he's just standing there. And I was like, what's going on, man? And he's just trying to survive.
Jesus.
I'm like,
Christ.
what? Like,
Right, this ain't the right day to buy.
And then he said, what can I help you with? And I said, do you have Cyberpunk 2077 on the PlayStation 5? And he said, nah, they didn't come out with the physical copy for the PlayStation 5. I said, okay, goodbye.
Yeah. How many times do you think people go into GameStop and be like, it's ma'am?
Probably a lot.
Screaming. I guarantee you that happens. It has to happen. Like, just get their stuff and on the way out, be like, it's ma'am.
It's ma'am, yeah. I bet it happens all the time.
The best video ever.
It's pretty good.
It is pretty good. Well, I'm excited for the holidays coming up. I feel like holidays are always a little bit of work and a little stress with dinners and gifts and like packages. I feel like I always get weird when we get packages that come to the office sometimes, and I'm like, oh my God, these people are going to be like, what are they doing? They're getting so many packages.
I'm sure everybody is. So.
Everybody is right now. But if it was just like a normal day and like you're just getting packages back to back, it's like, what kind of operation are they running over there? But it's a little awkward to have to keep going in there. Like, can I get that package? Can I get that?
Well, I don't know. I'd say that they probably don't mind.
I don't think they mind.
Yeah.
I'm just saying. Like, I'm the one got to go in there and be like, can I get that package? So, and it's still happening. Christmas ain't happened yet, so packages are still coming in.
Yep.
So it's an interesting time of year. We have the beautiful Christmas tree put up. I want to take a picture of it and send it in for the contest.
Okay.
Yeah. But we're going to have to put some stuff around it. Like maybe if you put some of your cool pictures around a tree and then we take a picture and send it in.
Junkie Mickey?
Yeah, okay. So that's not
is that the one you
work.
want?
No.
Or the picture of us as musicians?
Yeah, that's not,
that what you
we
want?
actually could put that picture up right behind the tree. Take that picture with the tree. We might win a contest.
No way.
And then we get $75 off of rent if we win.
Yeah.
So I don't see no decorations up. Ain't nobody else participating. We might be one of like 10 people and we might get it from that picture.
Yeah.
So
maybe.
Okay, you gonna put the picture up today?
We'll see. I got a pretty busy day today. But we'll see if we can put up the picture. Yeah.
All right. Done?
Yep.
All right. Thank you guys for watching another episode of the Sweet Gravy Podcast. If you have any questions or suggestions, please go to sweetgravypod@gmail.com. You can also check us out on YouTube and every other streaming platform.
Awesome. Thank you. Bye-bye.